Hello again, PCQI, and welcome back to our All About Compliance channel. In this segment, we're going to be discussing pest prevention program review under the dietary supplement requirements of 21 CFR 111.15 pest control. Here we go again. On the pest prevention program document that I received, it has three parts where the originator of the document is signing off, and it has a reviewed by section, which is falling on to me to review, as well as the approved by section, which is then given to the owner operator or designee for the facility. So now on this program, it has a section for a purpose. So let's read what that entails. It says, to comply with 21 CFR 111.15, Section D, Pest Control, subsection 1, you must not allow animals or pests in any area of your physical plant. Guard or guide dogs are allowed in some areas of your physical plant if the presence of the dogs will not result in contamination of components, dietary supplements, or contact surfaces. 2. You must take effective measures to exclude pests from the physical plant and to protect against contamination of components, dietary supplements, and contact surfaces on the premises by pests. And 3. You must not use insecticides, fumigants, fungicides, or rodenticides unless you take precautions to protect against the contamination of components, dietary supplement, or contact surfaces. Now, the scope of this program, they've listed here, there's about 7 of them. One is the pest control, good manufacturing practices, the integrated measures, pest control contractor, mechanical preventions, frequency and monitoring, pest control program, and pest control devices. So they've also inserted here the policy for this particular facility. Now, pests likely to be present in the vicinity and at different times of the year are identified. Sightings and frequency of pest activity to identify the target pest for each pesticide application are recorded. The frequency with which pest status is to be checked is outlined. Location of bait station, traps, and chemical sites are identified for ease of checking. Methods used to prevent pest problem, the recommendation is to be proactive, are outlined. Methods used when pests are found are outlined. The licenses and credentials of the pest control operator are maintained. So they also have chemicals used in pest treatments are listed. The relevant authority approves chemical used and SDS are accessible. And requirements for staff awareness and training in the use of chemicals are outlined. The location of internal and external pest control devices is completed based on the risk to the site and the product. Factors that can affect this include product type, processing type, location of the site, surrounding environment, types of facilities, external storage of equipment, such as equipment graveyards, neighboring facilities, and land use. The site and surrounding areas are kept free of waste, redundant equipment, and associated debris to minimize harborage of vermin. Pest control devices are located at all product storage, materials, and packaging storage facility, in addition to the main processing facilities. Inspection for pest activity occur regularly, the results recorded, and the action taken if pests are present. This is incorporated into the operations internal audit program. Records of pest control application include service reports, pesticides, usage logs, pest sighting logs, corrective action reports, and trending activity by the service provider. In addition to the pests most commonly seen in food product manufacturing facilities, i.e. flies, mice, rat, roaches, etc., pest management procedure also consider the control of domestic and feral animals and birds where applicable. Any type of pest activity, including but not limited to flies, mice, vermin, insects, etc., identified within the site does not pose a risk to the food product or packaging material. Any contaminated products are disposed of according to the site's policy. All activity is documented with the records identifying the disposal results, investigation and outcomes, and resolution. Personnel handling pest control chemicals are trained and authorized to do so. Where external pest management contractors are used, they are licensed by the relevant local authority and use only approved pest control chemicals. Chemicals are stored appropriately and separate from any food materials or products, and used chemical containers are disposed of correctly. Now, pest prevention incorporates the site's integrated pest management, also known as IPM program, as a holistic approach that integrates a range of practices to minimize the incidence of pest activity. So now this part right here, they also put in some of the procedures. Let's kind of take a look at some of these. So pest control, good manufacturing practices. There is the removal of litter, waste, and cutting grass and weeds within the immediate vicinity of the building structures to prevent breeding harborage of pests. There's an inspection of the plant and extermination of other means to exclude pest, dirt, and filth contamination of food. Animals or birds are not allowed in the area of the dietary supplement plant. So effective measures to exclude pests from processing area and protect against contamination on the premises are done. Okay, very good comment, but how? Right? So what are your effective measures? Insecticides or rodenticides are used as defined by law and permitted only under precaution and restriction that protect against contamination of dietary supplement products and food contact surfaces and packaging materials. Documentation as part of the pest control program is maintained. Next part of this is all staff is briefed on the contamination risk caused by pests and regulation concerning pest management and the storage, application, and handling of pest control chemicals. All right, integrated measure. So there's integrated measure procedures. So part of that is a systematic pest control program is implemented to prevent adulteration of packaging materials, raw materials, and food contact surfaces. Harborage and infestation. All production and storage area are outside and outside areas are clean and tidy to minimize the possibility of providing food and refuge and pests. Okay, there is an adequate provision for storing and disposing of waste, non-edible byproducts, and other refuse. Maintain an effective waste management program that removes waste regularly from the production area into a designated waste handling area, and the waste area is kept tidy and waste holding is minimized. Refuse is stored in covered and pest-proof containers. The availability of food and water encourages pest harborages and infestation. Potential food sources such as raw ingredients are stored in pest-proof containers and or stacked above the ground away from walls. Material stocks are rotated regularly to minimize the opportunity for pest infestation. All incoming raw materials and packaging materials are checked for signs of a pest infestation before storing. Okay, fresh ingredients are not added to old ingredients. Areas both inside and outside premises are kept clean. Maintaining an effective waste management program that removes waste regularly from the production area into a designated waste handling area. Waste is being kept tidy and waste holding is minimized. Waste container must be covered at all times. Employees are aware of the contamination risk caused by pests and familiar with regulation concerning pest management and the storage and handling of pest control chemicals. So pest sightings are recorded by utilizing pest sighting log sheet, which we just discussed. Preventing access or prevention of access, the layout, design, construction, siting, and size of the premises, permits good hygiene practices, including protection against contamination and or particular pest control. All external windows, ventilation openings, doors, and other openings are sealed when closed and proof against pests. This applies to all facility parts, including raw materials, products, and machinery storage areas. Buildings are kept in good state of repair and condition to prevent pest access and eliminate breeding sites. Gaps around doors are 1/4 inch or less, so there's actually put a 1/4 inch in there. Holes, drains, and other places where pests are likely to gain access are kept sealed. Wire mesh screens are used to reduce the problem of pest entry. Animals are excluded from the grounds of factory and processing plants. So they don't have any dogs here, even though it says it on the 21 CFR 111 requirement that you are allowed to have canines. So garbage bins are properly cleaned and sanitized, insect and rodent proof and covered. Monitoring and detection. The manufacturing plant and surrounding areas are examined regularly for evidence of infestation. A layout indicating the location of all pest control monitoring device and type of bait installed are available. Eradication, so there's a clause here, insect control device design and installation. An insect control device used to electrocute or stun flying insect is designed to retain the insect within the device. So insect control devices are installed in such a way that devices are not located over a preparation area. Dead insects and insect fragments are prevented from being impelled onto or falling on exposed dietary supplement product. Clean supplement utensils and linens and unwrap single services and single-use articles. Insect light traps are inspected and cleaned weekly. Pest infestation should be dealt with immediately and without adversely affecting the dietary supplement safety and suitability. So on this part, you're gonna want to add, how are you doing that? Are you calling right away? What is your actual procedure when somebody came up to you and says, hey, we have cockroaches, in this area, or you opened up a bait station and it is full of cockroaches or whatever, pests that are on there. What are your steps in dealing with those, and are they written out, right? So dead pests are disposed of properly in a garbage bin using a broom dustpan dedicated to the pest disposal. Treatment with insecticide, rodenticide, and other chemicals agents should be carried out without posing a threat to the safety and suitability of the dietary supplement / food. So part of this is chemicals are safely stored so that there is no risk of contamination. SDS or material data sheets are kept available for all pesticide used on the premises. Only appropriately trained persons are allowed to apply the insecticides. Okay, so it is written here. All food supplies must be placed in covered containers or removed from the area during pesticide application. After pesticide application, all food contact surfaces must be covered or washed, rinse, and sanitized. Pest control contractors. So there's some evidence of competence is required when choosing a third-party service provider. The third-party pest control service providers are required to do the following documents. They have to provide a business license permit, okay, certificate of their product registration, MSDS or SDS, material safety data sheet, or safety data sheet, training certificate of pest control service technician. Mechanical prevention. Okay, let's go here. Mechanical prevention. It is used to minimize pest population, including mechanical prevention for sealed doors. Here we go. Sealed windows, air curtains, plastic curtains, waste minimization, covered trash receptacles. That's good. Waste disposal program, which we talked about earlier. Use of appropriate pesticides. Refer to the approved list. So like I said, when it comes to pesticide, please work with your certified provider for this. Vegetation control through landscaping and trimming, wonderful. That's actually added on there. Pallet, rodent visual inspection before use, and we actually refer them to the pest control QA inspection report. Frequency and monitoring, which they made it part in this program, for daily pest control inspection sheet, pest sighting log sheet, and then on weekly and monthly, they have a pest control contractor, which involves the service report, corrective action report, and trending of activity weekly. And then finally, they have a subsection for the pest control program procedures for daily record sightings and frequency of pest activity to identify the target pest for each pesticide application, pest status check frequency, identification of location of bait station, traps, and chemical sites for ease of checking, maintaining licenses and credential of pest control operators, list the chemicals used. Chemicals used are approved by the relevant authority and SDS is acceptable. utilization of third-party pest control services. So PCQI, thank you for participating and for your viewership. If you see value to these content that we're producing, please share them with our fellow PCQIs and food safety professionals. And if you need help in any of these things that we're talking about, contact us, info@consultaireinc.com. Till then, have a great day, stay strong, and bye for now. Contact us. And don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Thanks again, PCQIs. Have a good one.